Order in the court.
Welcome into the Court of Opinion, and today you see it's me and Glor. There is no Jules today, but today we're going to be talking about the awards, right? Going over, the 65 game rule a little bit because we don't agree. He doesn't agree, and it's a lot to talk about. We're going to go over the MVP, the Clutch Player of the Year, all the awards. I don't want to name them all right now because it's going to get me stuck. But all NBA as well, and even the all rookie teams. So we're not here to just blaze through all the awards that people care about. We're here to give a breakdown of every single award that's out there. So, Glor, how you feeling today, man? Because I
And
know
we
you took
feeling
to this
good,
bag.
bro. We feeling good. End of the season. You feel me? The peak of
Yep.
the NBA season is right around the corner. You feel me? I'm glad we love the regular season. Nice storylines. But we all know what we're here for. We're here for the postseason, you feel me? So I'm glad we get to get all these awards out the way. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And just some must needed things to talk about before we get into prime time.
I'm gonna cook you today. I hope you know that.
You ain't never cooked me a day in your life. You ain't ever in your life. And whatever helps you sleep at night, buddy, we gonna find out though. We gonna find out.
Wait, did you see about what's going on Twitter right now with DeMar DeRozan and the nerve
Oh
shit
yeah, and
guys?
Carson, yeah, I
Yeah, how
definitely
you how
seen
you how
him.
you feel about that?
Bro, listen, I don't think Carson said anything that was crazy. Demar took it as disrespectful. You feel me? Because you know, Demar has been, to give him credit, he has, sustained enough in his career, to play enough games to get to that point. And he also is a lethal mid range shooter. He is, one of the better 3 point mid range shooter of our generation. And I just think that Carson said what we were all thinking. DeMar DeRozan being in the top 10 scoring of all time is bizarre. Is fucking crazy. But you know, what I mean, Low actually tweeted out something that I actually agree with. That it's actually funny about the whole situation. Demar's probably not even going to be all top 10 all time in scoring if you really think about it. Because you
Of
got
course
Steph, you got
not.
Steph,
What?
yes, Steph's still active, and James Harden's still active. So when it's all said and done, unless those guys retire in front of him or have some career-ending injury, he's probably not going to end up top 10 all time. So the whole debate was kind of low key useless, but I think it was good. I think it was good. Beef, but Carson was right. I think Carson, you know, made all the better points in my opinion.
I mean, I seen his point of view, right? When I was watching the Nerd Sheds video and he talked about how he was joking. Apparently, him saying I find it disturbing doesn't really sound like you're joking, but I mean that's how they do it over there. I don't know,
He
but
was exaggerating. Top, come on, he was
nah, I mean,
exaggerating.
I mean, cool. That's cool. You can be. I can see that now. You know that he said that. But when you're just reading the tweet, it's Twitter. People are not going to take it that type of way. You feel what
No,
I'm
I
saying?
feel
But
you.
about the DeMar DeRozan point though, he's spot on. I can't lie. And some people they knew about it, like but they were just scared to say it. You feel what I'm saying? DeMar
Exactly.
DeRozan just not a winning player. He has a low 3 point rate. Not a good defender. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not.
Hmm.
It's just not a winning player. And if you look at the on-off numbers, Kyle Lowry might even been the best player on that team. But that's a different discussion for a different day. But yeah, I mean I think it's funny. It's Twitter. People are gonna sit there and troll, and they got a big uproar or whatever. But we gonna hop right into what the point is in the video, and we gonna get the big gun off the board, and that is hop right into MVP. So Glor, who is your MVP on the season? The season is over. This is the last day of the regular season, so we're finally here. Who is your MVP? Lock it in
All right,
right now.
so I know there's been a lot of chatter. You know what I mean? I think this is before I say my MVP. I want to say that this is one of the greatest MVP races of all time, in my opinion. And the only reason why it was spoiled is because all we had to focus on was this stupid ass 65 game minimum, which we will talk about in another episode and deep dive into that because that is a huge topic me and Jules have been on for months. But as of right now, my not as of right now my MVP is Shea
Lock
Gildas
it in.
Alexander. Is
Okay,
Shea
lock it
Gildas
in.
Alexander
Lock it in.
is locked in. He's been my MVP ever since Jokic went down, and nobody else has took the mantle from him. The only person that really came closer to throwing him, than throwing him, was Wemby. And I think if he had made that right hook, if he had made that right hook, fader for game on the Nuggets, maybe I would have been. Maybe my pick would have been a little bit different, but unfortunately he didn't. And so Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is my runaway MVP at this point in junction, and he deserves it. He's having an all-time great season. This is in my opinion, in terms of strictly scoring, this is the greatest point guard season of all time for regular season wise. Even surpassing Curry in my opinion, and he deserves it, man.
Yeah, you're totally spot on correct. Shea Alexander is definitely the MVP, and we're gonna do a lot of disagreeing in this video for sure. But I think we can agree on that for sure. And he's been the most consistent all year. I mean, he's 67 true shooting on the year. That's the best marks since Stephen Curry in 2016. Right? He's been the more consistent player. And like you said, the closest to Shea Alexander in the MVP race would be Victor Wembanyama because he has the impact measures, right? He has the total net rating and all that stuff, the defense plus the offense. Like he's the most impactful player in the NBA. But like I said on my TikTok lives all the time, there's three things that go into the criteria for MVP, right? It's the best player in the world, the best player on the best team, and also who's the most impactful, right? And who impacts the game in the most way possible. And two of those three categories, Shea wipes the board. It's not even close. He's the best player on the best team, and I think he's the best player in the world. Right, he's one of the best isolation scorers I've ever seen. Right, being 21 years old, I didn't get the opportunity to watch Michael Jordan or even like a Kobe Bryant at the peak of his power since I was so young. But seeing Shea Alexander now, the shot making that he's gotten better, like he's gotten better as a scorer this year. Like I seen him. It was one time against the Nuggets where he got the ball at the free throw line extended, right, and he didn't even dribble the ball. He caught it, faced up, and shot. If anybody plays basketball, they know how hard of a shot that is, right? Like you're not even dribbling, you're just handing your face, rise up, and shoot it. He's that great. Like I said, been the most consistent, and he plays both sides of the floor, right? And when he's on the floor, the Thunder have a 122 offensive rating. When he's off the floor, they have a 113 offensive rating. He's raising the offense to a 9+ swing. Right? Like he's that great of an offensive player. You can defensively slant guys and put Cason Wallace and Lou Dort on the floor at the same time, who are terrorists, by the way. Like they're offensive, that's offensive terrorism right there, putting those guys on the basketball floor. But you can do all types of lineups and all types of schemes and everything because they have the best scorer in the world. And he's also gotten better as a playmaker this year as well. We seen the game a couple weeks ago where he had 15 assists and 0 turnovers. All these gimmicky defenses guys like to run against him, right? Putting 2 on the Boston and ghost blitz, right? Trying to force him to kind of get out of control of his game like he did last year in the playoffs a little bit in that semifinal series. He doesn't do that anymore. He's completely upgraded as a player. He's the best ball handler for a 30-point per game scorer. And when we talk about ball security and turnover efficiency, he's under 2.5 turnovers per game. There's one guy in NBA history who's averaged this amount of points and had this low turnover rate, and that's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. He's the MVP, like I said, the best player on the best team, the best player in the world, and been the most consistent all year, right? The Thunder have been one of the more injured teams in the NBA, right? And guess what? They're still sitting at 64 wins on the season. Running.
Time out. Pipe down with the best in the world. He's in the conversation, but he hasn't locked that shit down. Just because you lock down the MVP does not mean you lock down being best in the world. That shit is taken in the postseason. And last time I checked, you feel me? He hasn't took that mantle in the postseason. You feel me? He won a championship last year, but let's not act like he just blew us out the water with his performance in the postseason to really claim that title as the best in the world. You can make the argument that he's the best in the world, but I think Nikola Jokic and Wembanyama are right in that conversation, and the person who's going to take that mantle will be the person who's standing when the dust settles in the postseason. So chill out with all that best in the world just because he got the MVP, boy. Just chill out with all that.
Let me ask you a question, right? Who played better last year in the NBA playoffs when they played each other?
No, it's not about that. It's not about that. It's not about that. It's not about that. Halliburton. Tyrese Halliburton. Tyrese Halliburton had the best postseason last year, in my opinion.
What do you mean? What do you mean Tyrese Halliburton? Who
Tyrese
played?
Halliburton. Hey, listen. I ain't gonna dive into too much into it, bro, because we gotta get to these other wars. But we go.
Tyrese Halliburton played better than Shane Jokic.
No. I just think he was the most impactful player in the postseason last year, in my opinion.
Well, you're lying to me.
Okay, cool.
Like,
I guess.
Like, Tyrese Halliburton. I mean, you know how I feel about Tyrese Halliburton.
This shit, like, you were able to tell the difference between impact and being who's having the overall better season. Why can't we do that with the postseason? Overall, in terms of performance, sure, you could say
I'm going off of impact metrics. I'm going off of numbers, right?
Yeah, you can make those same metrics for Tyrese Halliburton. You can make those same metrics for Tyrese Halliburton.
Can you?
Absolutely, you can absolutely make those arguments.
What's the metrics?
His playmaking, his off and on numbers when he's on the court with Tyrese. Hold on. We don't even have to get to the postseason. Look what the Pacers are at right now without Tyrese Halliburton. And don't give me that bullshit. Oh, they also lost Miles Turner, who's also right now like the Bucks are regretting giving him that contract, right? And the Bucks, the Pacers, who everybody was like, yo. This is a great, deep team that Tyrese Halliburton is taking to conference finals, not just his ability to floor raise in this team, right? Look where they're at. They're fucking in the lottery right now. They might be picking number 1 overall, and they're missing just one important player. One. I know they've had their injuries, but there's no way in hell a team who loses one player who's not really that impactful, quote unquote, is going to have you go from top 4 in the conference to the bottom. To all the way the bottom of the conference. That's fucking crazy, bro.
Okay,
we can move on. We can move on, bro.
I didn't say he wasn't impactful. You know how I feel about Halliburton. I not in this room, but in my other room, I have a what's it called? A plaque hanging up in my room with the.
Here we go with this. Here we go with the glaze, the pre-glaze before the hater.
You know, you seen they're saying that Tyrese Halliburton might have gained a little bit of weight. You seen this?
Hey, listen. All I know is, listen. I know this is a cool what it should have, but this is just my personal opinion. If Tyrese isn't going down in Game 7, we might be talking about Shea with no ring. Shea with no ring. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying.
We got. I don't know how we got to Tyrese.
Hey, you saw. Hold on. You saw that team in that third quarter play one of the worst quarters of finals basketball of all time, and they lost one player on the court. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't know how we got to Tyrese Halliburton when we discussed.
My boy's coming back. Hey, Tyrese.
No, for sure.
Remind him. Remind them who you are next year.
No, for sure. We got agendas to push, but we can move to the second award of the day. And the second award of the day would be the Defensive Player of the Year, right? It's the easiest one. And I'll go on first on this one, and I'm going to go with, Victor Wembanyama, right? Victor Wembanyama is clearly the best defender in the world. He's the best, he's just Wemby. He's just Wemby. And when he's on the floor, they have a plus 16 net rating. It's an 8-point defensive on and off swing when he's on the floor when he's off.
Top. What are we talking about? This is like the easiest award of all time to give out, brother. Like, what are we talking about? It's Victor Wembanyama, bro. Come on. Like, it's not even close. It's not even close for nobody else, bro.
For sure. I'm just informing, the people out there to say how really good he is. He averaging 3.1 blocks per game. And I say this a lot, right? Wembanyama, the reason why the Spurs are a bad matchup for Oklahoma City is because of Victor Wembanyama, right? When you have all of this rim pressure, this rim scoring with J-Dub, with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, even an AJ Mitchell, all of these guys, right, who can have the ability to get to the rim. It creates that's the most efficient shot in basketball. It goes to paint. Mm-hmm. Now it's in 2026 it's the 3, then it's the mid range. But these guys are great at really all 3 levels. But when they see Wemby on the other side, you can completely shut away the whole entire paint. So now it's forcing Shai to score from the mid range and the 3 ball. And you got a defender out there like Stephon Castle who's guarding him in isolation, who's done a great job with him this year. Like he can play more aggressive because he don't got to worry about shaking to the paint because we can put Wemby on one of our non-shooters and sit him in the paint, right? He has the highest defensive rebounding percentage in the NBA. He's more than 15 field goals attempted on the year, defended on the year, and he's a negative 8.7 differential, right? So whenever he contests the shot, he's defending more than 15 per game, and they're -8 below their field goal percentage when he's the respected defender, right? When he's the primary defender, players shoot 40% from the field. Like, he's going to be the best generational defender, one of the most generational defenders that we have ever seen. And it's just a pleasure to watch him go play basketball because he's at 22 years old and already defensive player of the year. He's going to be that this year. Could have won it last year, and he's already in the MVP conversation. So if you had to give an honorable mention for DPOY, who would that be? Because I got a name in mind.
Oh, that's hard. But the one that comes to my mind is Scotty, bro. I think
What?
Scotty does. I think Scotty Barnes, what he's done for the Toronto Raptors this season, bro. When read the refs this season has kind of been nasty, but that's a talk for another day. But when the refs allow him to enforce his physicality on players, you can see it, bro. He's not like, in my opinion, he's a Swiss Army knife. He reminds me of like Draymond in a certain in a way where his ability to guard all five positions with ease, and also be that roamer, one of the best roamers in the league, and just as pure athleticism, you know what I mean, and beginning to end, like he's been one of the more consistent defenders in the league as well. I think he deserves the honorable mention. Also, Chet is also deserves an honorable mention as well. I think he's had a phenomenal season. He's also been able to stay healthy, which is something that he wasn't able to do last year. But you know, I think there's a bunch. There's a three-way tie in my opinion. Like Chet, Barnes, Rudy. I think all of them have an amazing argument to be number two. But that's it, number two. They don't have an
So
argument to be number one.
we're not gonna spoil our defensive teams because those are some names we're gonna be talking about later. But the honorable mention for me would be the second name, that the guy that you named would be Chet Holmgren. Chet Holmgren. I don't think it's particularly close between Chet, Rudy, or even a Scotty Barnes, right? Because when Chet's on the floor, they're a plus 17 net team, right? You know how I mentioned the defended field goal for Wembanyama? Chet's right there with him. When he's the primary defender, they shoot 41%. Like, when he's on the floor, they're the best defense. When he's off the floor, they're a really good defense. But when, like, it's all time great when he's on the floor. Like, it's like a 103 defense. I forget what it's a 103 or 102 defensive rating when he's on the floor. Like, Chet Holmgren, just one thing between him and Wemby is that he's a more disciplined defender, right? You have the ability to guard in space with him. Like, we're trying to sometimes answer those question marks for Wemby. Can he really defend really well in space? Can you really play him at the level? Chet can do these things, right? He's a great rim protector. You can bring him up at the level. He has good shot blocking time, but he's more disciplined, doesn't really get into foul trouble. Chet Holmgren is the second best defender in the world, and it's not particularly close.
Not particularly close is outside, like a little bit.
I mean, the next best guy that you would probably name is Rudy Gobert. I mean,
Rudy and Scotty deserve to be in that convo. Like I'm cool.
Scotty, bro.
I'm cool. Bro. What's wrong with Scotty? Like, I don't know why you're so disrespectful to Scotty.
No, Scotty, we're gonna be talking about him more later, but I mean, Scotty Barnes, I don't think he's to the level of Rudy Gobert or Chet Holmgren, right? I mean,
I disagree. I think this season he has been. I think this season Scotty has put himself in that conversation.
How? Like,
because because he is one of the best help side defenders in the world, right? He is one. You just talked about being able to play at the level. Scotty does that better than Chet, right? His recoverability is better than Chet's, right? His rim protection is not as good as Scotty's, but his versatility, his ability to guard out in the perimeter is better, right? So his ability, like, Chet is an amazing defender. Don't get me wrong, but there are mismatches out there on the perimeter when Chet's out there. Like, he does not have the recoverability. You just said that he's able to play at the level on like better than Wemby can, but he doesn't have Wemby's recoverability. Neither does he have Scotty's, right? So when you talk about, like, and he's been anchoring one of the better defenses in the league as well, consistently this year with the Raptors.
Okay. Let me ask you a question, right? Because I'm gonna throw everything what you said. I'm gonna reshape your opinion, right? So what is the most valuable thing defensively?
Your rim protection.
Rim protection. What is Chet?
A rim protector.
Okay, so he's a rim protector, and he has the ability. And when I mean play at the level, I don't mean the switchability that Scotty has. Of course, I mean, Scotty can guard pretty much 1 through 4. But like the level I mean guarding in the pick and roll, right? The pick and roll, play him at the level of the ball screen while being able to attack back and play in a drop coverage. Like he can do pretty much everything
Scotty
from a
could do
big.
that as well. Scotty could do that as well.
Scotty doesn't really guard in the PNR because he's not a big.
No, I'm not saying. No, listen, I'm talking about his ability to play at the level. He can do that,
But
and
he doesn't do that as good as
you're
Chet because
talking.
he doesn't.
I'm listen. This is what I'm saying. I'm not saying he does it as much as Chet. I'm saying he has the ability to do the
But
capability
he
to do
doesn't
that,
have the
and he
capabilities
has, and he
of.
hold on, and he has been put in those, and he has had to
He
guard the
has for
PNR.
sure, but
Yeah, and listen, in the rim protection, he's not as good as Chet. He's not as good as Rudy or Wemby, but he is a phenomenal rim protector, right? And he's more of a what's it called, like a forward than he is like a center. You know what I mean?
yes,
Like Chet's
yes.
actually like is probably a center who just too light in the ass. You know what I mean, to guard the post. Scotty's a better what's it called
But he
more
doesn't really
versatile
guard the.
defender.
He doesn't really guard the post though.
I'm not, brother. I'm saying he has the ability to do these things. I'm not saying because he's better used in a different sense. You're trying to tax him for it. What I'm saying
Okay,
is what he does well is his ability to be versatile, right? Be it his ability to roam, his help side defense, his ability to trap and play physical, right? Chet doesn't do those things. Just like how you're saying.
Chet does all these things with the rim protection, and you just told me that's the most valuable thing
He is not
defensively is
as
rim
versatile,
protection.
not nearly to the same degree as Chet,
No,
like
he's not. He's
Scotty.
not as versatile as Scotty, but he has the ability with the rim protection to do those things that Scotty can do. Like he's not to the
Okay,
level of
why, okay,
Scotty.
why, okay,
So
but
you're
then you're.
taxing Chet for being a big. Like that's what
I'm
you're
not.
doing.
I'm not taxing him for being a big. I'm just like recognizing what Scotty's able to do, the versatility. I think Scotty's more versatile, and he's not as good as a rim protector. But you're making it seem like this nigga's not a rim protector at all. He can absolutely guard the rim, absolutely.
Okay, so you
Like
also
I
said
don't know
that you also said that Scotty Barnes has been the best defender on one of the best defenses in the league. What is Chet?
the best defender on an all time great team. That's not, brother. Hold on, hold on. Time out. So will Scotty not be the best defender of OKC right now?
No! No! No!
Scotty
No!
would not be the best defender on
Oh,
OKC.
that's a
Who the
bad
fuck would be
take,
the best?
Lord.
No. Who would be
Lord,
the
that's
best
a
defender on
bad
OKC right now?
take. That is a
Who
bad
would be
take.
the best defender on OKC right now?
So you're telling me Scotty, if he played with Chet Holmgren, would be the best defender on the team?
No. That's not what I'm asking. That's not what I said. I said if Scotty was on the team on OKC instead of Chet, would he be the best defender?
I mean, of course, but no,
Okay, then what the fuck does that prove? What the fuck
no,
does that
no,
prove?
no. What? But you just told me he's the best defender on an all-time great defense. With Scotty Barnes, they wouldn't be an all-time great defense.
You think, hold on, you think that Chet going from Chet to Scotty is that much of a downgrade?
Oh,
That
man,
you
that's a
think that they
bad
would
take,
not be able
Lord.
to maintain an all-time great defense? You're fucking crazy. You're out of your mind. This is
Lord,
fucking now. This is glaze. Now this is crazy glaze. You're saying that Chet is the only one that can make this. You're basically saying Chet or Wemby is the only one that can make this defense an all-time great defense. That's what you're telling me. Get the fuck on.
Lord,
Like I'm
this is
cool
a
with you
bad
saying that
take.
Chet's a better. Listen. I'm cool with you saying Chet's a better defender. I actually agree with you. We're just talking about specifically this season, and I think Scotty deserves to be in the conversation. If you say Chet, I'm cool with that too. But for you to say that the reason that you're gonna like one of your bullet points is gonna be that Chet's on an all-time great defense and Scotty's not, and that's the reason that you like one of the reasons you have him over Scotty is dumb as fuck. Because we're talking about individual impact, and if we're talking about individual impact, why are we bringing up one of the greatest teams that who is by the way a great defense independent from Chet? There was a great all-time great defense on the metrics without Chet last season in the regular season. So what you're saying is just like barbaric. Like you're talking about like Scotty as if like the OKC Thunder would plummet in terms of defense if they had Scotty instead of what's it called, Chet. Like this is glaze, bro. I'm sorry. This is all time great glaze. Come on, like look, Chet's great. We get what he's doing. We get what his ability as a help side defender, as a rim protector, right? All the things he brings in the defensive end, his ability to be a PNR monster, right? His recoverability, all those things are amazing that Chet does. And if you want to say those are the reasons that he's better than Scotty, I'm cool with it. But two things you're not going to do. You're not going to say they're not in the same conversation because they are, right? And number two, you're not going to say, because Chet's leading a better defense that he deserves to get the award. That's fucking bullshit. That's dumb.
That's a bad take, Laura. That's a bad take.
All right, we're gonna see. We're gonna see what the people think. We're gonna see what the court thinks. The jury.
That's a bad take. That's a bad take. But we can move on. He just told me that Scotty Barnes can replace Chet Holmgren and they would still be an all-time great defense.
Yes.
That is
yes.
Oh,
100%.
Okay, moving on to sixth man of the year. I'm gonna let you go first on this one. Following your terrible take with, Chet Holmgren and Scotty Barnes. Who is your sixth man of the year?
My sixth man of the year is Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and I think that the last month or so,
he's a starter.
What? Oh, sorry. That was my most approved. Sorry, I'm looking at my most approved. My fault. I'm looking at my most approved. My fault, bro. Let me go take on my sixth man of the year. Hold on. All right, my sixth man of the year is. You ready for this? Are you ready?
Throw it at me, bro. Come on, what are we waiting for? Like, come on. What's your?
No, you go ahead. No, you go ahead. You go ahead. No, cut this hard. Like, you go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
All right, my sixth man of the year is Jaime Jaquez because apparently Gloria is afraid to say his.
No, because I don't want to say a fucking Heat, bro. I don't want to say the Heat, bro.
Why do you
Fuck the Heat. Fuck the Heat. I don't want to give it to Jaime. I was trying not to give it to Jaime. I wanted to give it to the Kill, but fuck it.
So I think this is my least favorite award because I think, there's different criteria for every single award, like the MVP, whatever the case may be. But this award is just, some people think of it who's scoring the most points, right? And I don't value it that way. If AJ Mitchell, I don't know if they use the 65 game rule for this award or not, but I would go AJ Mitchell because he's giving the scoring, playmaking, and the defense if I had to. It's probably going to be Keldon Johnson for me, but I would go Jaime Jaquez because he's averaging 15 points off the bench. He leads the league in bench points. And over the last 20 games, he's been shooting the ball really well from three. So I would go Jaime Jaquez. He's been really good for this team off the bench the whole entire season. He's one of the best paint scorers in the NBA for his position and for off the bench. He shoots about 47, 48% in the paint. He's really good at getting there. He's really good in transition. And that's, what the Heat have done a ton this year is throw out the pick and rolls and just run a whole bunch of isolation and see if he can touch paint, drive, and kick. Kind of a motion offense. Norman Powell explains as an AAU offense, kind of what the Grizzlies ran last year. But they play at a super high pace, and Jaime Jaquez is a guy who fuels a ton of that. So I would go Jaime Jaquez. AJ Mitchell would be my guy if he hit the 65 game threshold. I think.
Damn, nigga, you want to give everything to OKC. Your ass be glazing, bro. This nigga be glazing. This nigga. I already know who you gonna have your all defensive team. It's gonna be all OKC niggas that are qualified, nigga. Your ass is a glazer, bro.
No, it's not.
Nigga said AJ. You could have said Nas. You could have said Keldon Johnson. You could have said so many other niggas. You want to say fucking AJ Mitchell, bro.
And AJ Mitchell's better than them, right? When Shea and him,
they have not had a better season though. We're talking about having a better season.
AJ Mitchell, he's leading an elite offense when Shea's off the floor. When they're both on the floor, they have an insane net rating. They have an insane offense. Period.
Okay, cool. That's relative. That's relative to that team specifically. That's not relative to the league, bro.
He would have a larger role in any other team and still be a good player.
That's fine, but I'm talking about using on and off numbers to evaluate impact league wide. Is not. We shouldn't do that. We should stop doing that shit, bro. Listen, what I'm telling you. Listen. This is what I'm telling you. I'm telling you, AJ Mitchell is a phenomenal player, right? But I'm saying when we talk about sixth man of the year. You're talking about players who've had better seasons. I can name other players who've had better. You said Jaime.
Let me ask you a question.
Right?
Let me ask you a question. Who is the best defender to Jaime Jaquez, Naz Reid, and AJ Mitchell? And Keldon Johnson. Who's the best defender?
AJ's a good defender, but
he's the best defender. Who's the best passer out of these four guys?
AJ.
And the best scorers,
but that does not.
Who's the best scorer? Who's the best scorer out of these four guys?
That does not automatically mean that he deserves the award, though. That is the award is about who's had the better season.
No. Who is the best scorer out of these four guys?
Jaime.
No,
okay, right? AJ.
So
Yeah,
if AJ Mitchell is the best scorer, the best passer, and the best defender out of these four guys, why would he not win the award, Galore? Why would he not win the award
because
if he
I feel like there's
qualified?
other guys. I feel like there's other guys who had better seasons than him.
How?
And also and
That
also
is.
hold on. How much times did AJ Mitchell what's it called miss how much games did he miss this season? Because I
No, I was
remember
saying he missed a ton.
yeah.
These guys, the fact of the matter is, these guys haven't had a better season than him. He's just not. He's not hitting the threshold because of the games that he's missed. Right, but if he played these games, then he would hit. Then he
But
would
he
have the
did it,
best season.
nigga. He did it. He
But
did it.
but you're saying he shouldn't he shouldn't even be an
Yes,
honorable mention for this award.
do I think that AJ Mitchell is better than Jaime and Kellen Johnson? Of course. But that's not what this award is about. It's about who's had the better season from October to what's it called? April. Who's had the better season? And he has not had a better season than fucking Jaime Jaquez, Nas, or Kellen Johnson. I don't think he has.
He's had a
I
better
don't think
season
he
than Nas. But you like I'm talking about Jaime Jaquez. That's why I'm giving him the award because of the threshold that he didn't hit. But I'm saying if he did, right, if he played 65 of his games, then he would win the award because he's better than them. He's better than all of them. That's just what it is. He's better than them. Is he?
But
Like, you just
you
just
just
told
wanna
me that.
you just want to glaze OKC, but okay, cool. I got you,
Even
bro.
even
I
when
got.
we agree,
Hey, y'all see what Top is on, bro. Y'all see what Top on. Top is on his glaze shit with OKC and Shea today, bro. He's on his glaze shit.
even
My boy, you
even
need a license for that, bro. You need a license for that. Top.
even when we agree, we still find a way to argue, bro.
Oh, bro, we agree, bro. It's time. I just didn't want to fucking give it to a Heat, bro. I wanted to give it to Nah. That was my preseason prediction. It was him or Lonzo. Fuck Lonzo, bro. He fucked my prediction up with that shit. But
Yeah.
damn, bro. Shout out Jaime though. I fucked the Heat.
Okay. Shout out Jaime. But we can move on to the rookie of the year. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna agree on this one. I mean, there's a lot of up and down, opinions that I've been hearing from different people. That's about what you value because it's only two names that can win this award, and it's between Cooper Flag and Con Canupo. So it's about do you value the impact metrics because Con Canupo has those, or do you value I'm the number one option, I'm the best player on the team, I have high volume, I have had higher highs, and I have scoring volume. And what do you value here, Lord?
Man, bro, this is hard because Coop ever since he came back from that ankle injury, bro, he's been hooping out of his mind, bro. But mine is Con Knipple. I think Con Knipple, like I said, like we were talking about earlier, it's about the season as a whole. And Con and Coop has been neck and neck for a majority of the season. Matter of fact, no, actually, in the beginning of the season, Con was especially by turning into New Year, Con was the best rookie, and because Coop started off mainly to do with his coach trying to start him off as a as a point guard, and it was not working out. You know what I mean? Coop was still trying to figure out his situation in in Dallas, and while Khan was in a better offensive situation in Charlotte, even though Charlotte started off 11-22, Khan was in an optimized situation to maximize his ability while also being probably the most NBA ready prospect in the draft. Maybe you can argue maybe outside of Coop, but it's between those two in my opinion. But what the reason I'm picking Khan over Coop is because I think he's been more consistent this season as a rookie. And he's also helped led the Charlotte Hornets to one of the best offenses in the league. I know that LaMelo is the head of that snake in that sense, but Khan is right behind him as the second most impactful player on that offensive end. He's already a top 2 to 3 shooter in the world, next to Steph Curry and Anthony Edwards. And I think that he has good feel for the game. He's not just a player that can't put the ball on the floor. He also has pretty decent vision for someone who's that young as well. I think he just deserves an award, and the reason why I'm giving him the award strictly comes down to um, not only the beginning where Coop he got the head on Coop, but by the time Coop catched up, he also got injured with that ankle injury and was out. And in that stretch, Khan played the best basketball of his career. I mean, of his rookie season. So that's the reason I'd give him the edge over Coop. But I absolutely believe that Coop reached the higher highs this season. I just don't think that I'm going to give him the award because Khan's been more consistent.
Well, mean, so you're going with the impact metrics. I see. You know, you're on the side of.
It's not impact. It's just
That's
it's like
funny.
you've been more
That's
consistent.
funny. No, that's funny because you hate the impact metrics. When I bring up impact metrics and how good a player is when he's on and off the floor, you
No,
hate
you don't properly use them, nigga. You don't properly use them, niggas.
I properly use. I use them into their exact correct form.
Nigga, you use net rating, nigga. You use net rating.
Yeah,
for
net
Chet
rating
in
is a
DPOY.
combination of offense and defense. So that's all it is.
And then you brought it up in a DPOY conversation, nigga.
It matters. What do you mean? So if I'm putting Rudy Gobert on the floor and they have a 109 when he's on and like a 120 when he's off, does that not mean he's impactful?
No, he is absolutely impactful, but Chet's also impactful on the offense. He's also impactful on the offensive end, though.
Not really.
Chet's not impactful on the offensive end?
No. I mean, Chet, yes, but
okay.
But their defense is all time great. When he's on the floor, they have a 103 defensive rating.
And it's also all time great when he's off.
It drops. It drops to like a 107.
It drops from literally one of the greatest of all time to top 10, top-ish. You know what I mean? Like, who cares?
I guess that's not a.
That's no. I'm saying
like what?
No, bro. What I'm saying is, listen. What I'm saying is, Chet is absolutely impactful. His ability to ceiling raise that defense, that level of defense, is absolutely crazy.
Exactly. That's what he's doing. Correct.
But let's keep it on the rookie of the year, bro. I don't want to go back to DPOY.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the higher highs, right? In the month of April, Cooper Flag is averaging 33 points per game. I know it's a super small sample, but still 33 points per game, 8 boards, and 5 assists on 1.5 turnovers. He's been really good with his ball security. You know, he's been at the 51-point game. He's shooting 47% from the field, 44% from 3 on 5 attempts. So he's been shooting the ball really well. And as the season progressed, like you said, in the earlier of the season, they tried to experiment with him, at the point guard position, and it's helped, right? Because he's grown every single month of the season. And in February, he averaged 27 points, 6 boards, 4 assists on 47% from the field and 46% from 3. So he's just completely gotten better through the entirety of the season. And right, he's one of the best paint scorers in the NBA already for his position as a forward. Like, he's one of the best drivers in the NBA, right? And he has this little push shot, these little floaters that he has, right, with the left and the right hand. You don't usually see that from a rookie coming into the NBA, right? He's a really good, I wouldn't say really good finisher at the rim, but, he shows signs of strength and mobility, body control. Like, I can see, like, one day this guy's going to be really good, right? His short mid-range shooting has been the most reliable stuff that from him that we've seen all year. Him to pull up or a fadeaway or a turnaround from about 8 to 10 feet, right? 3-point ball is progressed throughout the season. Like I said, he's shooting the ball above 40% on 5 attempts for this month of April. So, Cooper Flag, I'm going to go with the higher highs, right? And, of course, Konkonu with impact metrics are going to be higher because he plays on a better team and he has the gravity, the shot making, these type of things, right? If, you put Cooper Flag in this type of optimized role where he can play next to LaMelo Ball, where he doesn't have to be the number one guy, right? Where he can, play next to guys who can actually, do something for themselves, then, he might be better as a defender because he can really be in more of a specialized role, right? He can be one of, like, I think, I'm not going to say that Hornets would be better, but with Cooper Flag, they would be, that's something that they need, right? And I'm not saying that you play Cooper Flag at the point of attack, but he would be their best defender day one, right? You play him sometimes spot on the ball. He gives them one thing that the Hornets lack is intermediate game, right? The 2-point scoring. They don't have a lot of 2-point scorers. They don't have a lot of guys who can hit those short mid-range shots. They don't have a lot of guys who can finish at the goal, right? Who can even get to the goal, period. Right? They have a lot of guys who are contact adverse, who can't really put the ball on the ground through contact and get to where they want to go, right? So, you put him in that offense with that coach, with that system, right, on that defense, be their best defender day one and be one of their better offensive players, and his impact metrics would be good as well. So, I'm hearing impact metrics, but this is one of these scenarios where the impact metrics, to me, right, for this type of award, it's not that big of a deal. So I'm going to go with the higher highs. I'm going to go with Cooper Flag in this situation.
Okay, hold on. Who's had the better season, though?
The better season? Like, for themselves? Or
yeah, for themselves. For themselves. It's an individual award.
Counting stats, Cooper Flag. He averages more points per game, more assists. more rebounds.
Okay, that's not what the season. The production is not who's had a better season. I'm telling you from beginning to end,
It's funny,
who has
Lord. It's
had
funny. It's
who's had the
funny.
better season.
It's funny because you're a counting stats type of guy, right? We
No,
have
I'm not.
we have two different ways of
No, I'm
thinking.
not.
You're a counting stats type of guy.
I know you were just saying accuse me of being a PRNard nigga. Hell
A
no.
PRA? Yes, you are.
I'm not. When have I ever? You're
You
the one
hate-
that's been using art.
Bro.
Hold up. When have I brought up PRAs once in this video right here?
You hate the impact metrics though.
No, I do not. I just don't think you use them properly, nigga. I hate when people improperly use those metrics to say one player is better than the other, because that is strictly based off your specific situation. On and off numbers is about your impact on your individual team in your situation. It has nothing to do with, like, it's not just an indication. It can be at times, but it's not a true quote unquote like correlation about your impact compared to someone else. You feel me? It's just telling you what your impact is to your specific team versus someone else and their impact to their specific team. It is not an indication about how impactful
Let me
you
ask you a
player
question.
you are.
Let me ask you a
Correlation. I'm
Let me
cool
ask
with
you
their
a question.
analytics. I've used analytics before in my what's it called in my arguments. What I just don't like is when niggas improperly use them to strong on their argument. You just said, right? You were just talking about, bro, if he was in a better situation, you know what I mean? A lot of the reason why he hasn't been able to maximize his game or had the drops he's had is because of the offensive situation, right? And but you didn't bring that up for Scotty Barnes, right? You didn't bring that up for Scotty Barnes and Chet when we were having the conversation about that. All you brought up was the fact that this guy was
Well,
able
we did.
to yeah, you brought up that this guy was able to, effectively impact and have a huge impact on already one of the best defenses of all time. But you say, but for when we're talking about Khan and Coop, you're talking about, oh, Coop is not in the same situation as Khan Knipple. Therefore, his ability to have impact on the metrics, right, is not going to be as high. So why didn't you keep that same energy with Scotty and Chet then?
We did. We told you we had a conversation, right? This goes back to the terrible take that you had, right? When you said you replaced Scotty Barnes with Chet Holmgren, right? And you told me that Scotty Barnes would have the same impact and raise that defense.
No. I said he'd be an all-time great player. I said they still be an
would
all-time great defense.
all-time great defense, and that is
Yep.
cap.
Why is it a cap? No.
Cap.
Let's listen, bro. You know what? I want to get through this video without us arguing, so we can just say our. Let's just get to the next award, bro. Let's just get to, because you're starting to irritate the fuck out of me, bro. You're starting to irritate the fuck out. Let's get to the next award, bro. Please. Let's just get to the next award, bro. Please, because this shit's starting to irritate me, bro. Your ass just want to give everything to OKC, nigga. Your ass just obsessed with OKC today. I don't know what the fuck is going on with you. You've been acting up.
So coach of the year. I'm gonna let you start this one because we're probably gonna agree. This is your guy.
We already know who it is. It's Big JM. Big JM, the biggest, the largest, the greatest coach of this generation. Joe Mazzulla deserves to be coach of the year, right? And it starts off with where everybody had the Celtics being in the beginning of the season, right? Everybody said that the Celtics were going to be a play-in, right? This was a gap year for them. They lost Jason Tatum. They lost Jrue Holiday. They lost Kristaps Porzingis. They lost Al Horford. They lost Luke Cornett. They lost all these guys who were the key players that to their championship run in 2024 and their 2025 team, right? So coming into the season, nobody was expecting the Celtics to be a top 2 seed, right? To be a top 5 offense and a top 10 defense at the same time all year. Nobody expected that thing, right? Nobody expected, Derek White and Payne Pritchard and Hugo Gonzalez and Nini Keita and Jordan Walsh and all these players, right? Who who are, some of them are young players, some of them are one of them are rookies, right? To have this level of impact on in a year where you're missing all these vets and all these, high-end players that the Celtics, lost in the offseason, right? So what Joe was able to do and able to floor raise his team with his coaching, with his ability to, have one of the most competent and efficient offenses in the league, and also be able to do it also on the other end, on the defensive end, where I believe that that's where, the Celtics, improved more than I thought they would, was on the defensive end, because the losses of Jason Tatum and Kristaps Porzingis are huge, and Jrue Holiday. Those are 3 really impactful defenders that you lost in one summer, and you were still able to maintain a top 5, top 10 defense, even with losing those guys with players who are like, who are really young with no experience, like Mimi Keita, right? Who with like Jordan Walsh, like Hugo Gonzalez. These are guys who have contributed major. Baylor Shireman. We have guys coming up from the G League, like Ron Harper Jr., giving us impact and being able to be impactful in the system. And that is all because of Joe Mazzulla and the foundation that he's led, the foundation he's laid out for these players in order to be maximized. There's not a single player, there's not a single coach in this league that maximizes their players better than Joe Mazzulla. And he's proven this season. He should be the runaway coach of the year. And the only person that should be in the conversation with him is Charles Lee, who is a Joe Mazzulla disciple, by the way. Just saying. It came from the Celtics. Just saying.
And then that's facts, because I was going to talk more about Charles Lee, because I mean you nailed it right on the coffin, put the nail right in the coffin, and you talked well about Joe Mazzulla. Right? I would expect you to talk well about him because I mean he's your own coach. So, but yeah, he's one specific thing I think that you kind of left out is that he's completely revitalized the offense, right? And that's kind of what you're going into when you're saying, maximizing his best players, because while you're losing Tatum. And you're losing Jrue Holiday, you're losing Porzingis, you're losing, Luke Cornett, you're losing a lot of your guys, and it's kind of, a new type of offense that's being ran this year, right? They're running more PNR. Last year, it was kind of more of a mismatch attacking. We're trying to get Kristaps Porzingis in the high post, get him a mismatch. You know what I'm saying? Try to drive and kick more and get to the thick of the paint. Run a lot of run more isolation for our guys, but it's more PNR that fits Brown's way of playing with the power, with the first step quickness that he has. So shout out Mazzulla. He's putting his guys in the perfect position to win, and that's the reason why they're the second seed in the East, right? He's brought in a Hugo Gonzalez. He's brought in a Neemias Queta. He's brought in a Jordan Walsh, and he's made them help shape them into a specialized role where they can succeed, where they can be impactful, right, on the ball, on the offensive glass, right? Some of these guys can't even shoot. Like Jordan Walsh wasn't a plus 3-point shooter coming in this year, but he's playing in an offense where it's a lot of threes being shot, and he's still impactful because of the way that he's defending on the other end, because of the turnovers that he's creating, right? Because of the offensive rebound. Like the shot goes up, he's gone. Baylor Shireman, Hugo Gonzalez, Jordan Walsh, all these guys are gone. Neemias Queta, these are guys we talked about before the season started, about like, who are these guys, right? Like, we don't know what Queta's going to do, right? I didn't even have this team to be a top 5 or top 6, top 7, at least. I had them, I think, 8 in the play-in, right? And Jaylen Brown wasn't even better than Siakam to me before this season started, but this is completely, changed my mind is because of Joe Mazzulla. People put respect on Brown's name, right? Because he was in the MVP conversation. But they don't want to put respect on Joe Mazzulla or even Derek White.
Nigga, you are people. You are the people, nigga. We just had a fucking episode. Shout out to our first episode. We had our top 7 contenders. Go check that video out. This man said the Celtics Achilles heel, right? The reason why they're good and the reason why they're going to fail in the postseason is going to be because of Joe Mazzulla. And now, right, he's trying to say,
I said he's their biggest blessing, but their biggest
need to put
curse.
more respect on Joe Mazzulla. Niggas need to stop it, bro. Nigga, you're one of them, nigga. Stop being disrespectful. Hey, matter of fact, nigga, you was one of them. Nigga, you had the Celtics in the play-in, nigga. Eat dirt, nigga. Don't try, nigga. No. Stay on that side, nigga. Stay on that side. Give the nigga the award he deserves. Say you were wrong, and let's move the fuck on, nigga, because you were disrespectful as fuck. You're not gonna get away with that on this line. No.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
No. But respect, like, just like you apologized about Julius Randle, right, last year in the playoffs, I'm gonna apologize about me being wrong about the Celtics, right? I mean, you believed in the team probably because it's your favorite team. If it wasn't, you wouldn't have believed in.
No, I had reasons. Hold on. Did not everything that I said in the beginning of the season, did they not come into fruition? Yes or no?
No, but I'm saying if your favorite team was like the Pacers or something, you would have told me that the Celtics wouldn't.
No, I would have said the same thing.
It's cap.
He has the highest winning percentage in NBA history as a coach. Right? This is a guy who's an NBA champion. He has not done anything but get to the conference finals outside of 1 year, right? And this is one of the coaches, this is one of the best coaches at adjusting and making sure that he gets his players ready in time for the postseason and the regular season, whether regardless of who's on the court, who's off the court. This guy has mixed up countless lineups in the beginning of the year, especially the first 3 months. We were throwing lineups out there that you wouldn't even believe. The second game of the season, you know who we started? Hugo Gonzalez, a rookie, and you know who we put him on? Jalen Brunson. And you know who did an amazing job? Hugo Gonzalez. You know why? Because Joe Mazzulla put him in the position to succeed. Okay? And you need to put fucking more respect on him and stop switching up your fucking tone as soon as we get alive. And you gotta as soon as you gotta give him his respect, you want to talk about, oh, people underestimated him. Like people be disrespecting Joe Mazzulla. You're one of them, nigga. You're one of them. You're one of them. You're one of them.
I think Coach of the Year is one of those awards that, you can. A lot of people look at the MVP like Luka. Oh, the Lakers weren't supposed to be the 3 seed. Oh, Jaylen Brown. Oh, the you know what I'm saying? The Celtics weren't supposed to be the 2 seed. The Spurs weren't supposed to be the 2 seed. Like they look at MVP that way, but I think Coach of the Year should be one of those awards that's being put that way because, like the Hornets, we didn't think that the Hornets were supposed to be. Well, they're the 9th seed, but like we didn't think they were going to be even good. You know what I'm saying? And they've had the 5th best record after January 1, and the best offense in the NBA, all of those good things. But that's what I'm saying. I think that's more of a, I don't know what the word is, but like that's more of a what we thought award. I'm gonna just put it like that. What we thought. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like when we think of MVP that way or those type of awards. But the Coach of the Year, okay, we can look at that. We thought the Pacers were supposed to be trash, and all of a sudden they were 5 seed. You know what I'm saying? So I think.
Hold on. So you think Joe Mazzulla is the Coach of the Year, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think Coach Joe Mazzulla is the Coach of the Year.
All right. Then let's move on. Ain't nothing to talk about. Shout out Charles Lee though. Hey, shout out Charles Lee.
Shout out Charles Lee for sure. Oh, and also Jordan Ott as well.
Yeah, Jordan Ott. Yeah, one of the better defensive coaches in the league. Right. Shout out to him. The fact that the Lakers let him go is crazy. You know what I mean? But yeah, shout out to Jordan Ott, man.
Okay, shout out those guys. But we can move on to the clutch player of the year. Who was your clutch player of the year, Laura?
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Can you explain why?
He's the best closer in the world, and I'll give him that title. Like in terms of this season, right, in the regular season, his ability to close out games has been absolutely phenomenal. From the beginning of the season, right, the season opener, right, against Houston Rockets, where in the first half, Ahmed Thompson was clamping that boy, and then he adjusted, right, he was able to go into overtime and ice the game. Even as late as this season when he came back from injury, even when he was still trying to get his back in his groove from his abdominal injury, he had back-to-back games where he gamed Draymond Green and the Golden State Warriors with that side step patent 3 that he got patent down now. And then the next game he goes to and faces Denver and does the same thing to them, right? That same side step fader. So I mean 3. So yeah, I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander deserves to be clutch player of the year. I think he's been one of the better. I think he has been the best closer in the world this season.
You're totally spot on. Any honorable mentions?
Anthony Edwards.
Okay. I just want to hear his name.
Oh, yo ass glazer.
Yeah. I just want to hear his name.
Anthony Edwards. Yeah, Ant's
if you
been
said
phenomenal.
Anybody else, we could have stopped recording.
No, Ant.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Ant's been phenomenal this season, bro. Ant's been phenomenal.
Yeah,
Shout out to Ant.
One thing I'm going to add as well is that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has like 7 turnovers in the clutch. That's on the whole season. That's
fucking bizarre.
That's insane. And also that little 4-game stretch you mentioned when he was going back to the side step back 3 against the Knicks, against the Warriors, against the Nuggets, against the Celtics. Like, bro, I think he shot like 90-something plus true shooting in that whole 4-game sample size, and they ran through all 4. That's absurd, bro. He's even that Pistons win a couple weeks ago where he gamed them, but it got called back because of the offensive foul. Like Shai has been the clutchest player in the NBA, and it hurts my heart to say that because it was Ant. It was Ant till like January, and then Shai Gilgeous-Alexander said, "All right, I'm gonna be greedy and go take another award." But it was Ant. But I'm glad to see that we agree on something, right? The coach of the year, the clutch player of the year. You know what I'm ready for?
MVP.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
ready for though?
yeah, what's
Um,
up?
the All NBA team. But I forgot. Most improved. Who's your most? You already spoiled the
Oh
show.
yeah,
You already spoiled it
yeah,
because
yeah.
you
Nikhil,
said the most improved was the 6 month of the year.
yeah, we
But
gonna edit that out. But Nikhil
nah,
Alexander
we're
Walker,
not editing that out.
MIP, it's
Yeah,
MIP, bro.
we're not editing that out. Go ahead.
Nikhil Alexander is the MIP because I think that that wasn't his role to begin with. Like his role was supposed to be, like I said, like I predicted in the beginning of the season. I thought he was gonna be a six man. And obviously Trey Young got injured in the beginning of the season, and he was implementing that role, and he absolutely was like passed with flying colors. You know what I mean? I think especially the last 2 months, he's been able to lead the Hawks to a 10 game winning streak, I believe, and he's helped mitigate the half court, even though Jalen Johnson is, a transition merchant, right? He's been able to help out in the half court with his ball handling skills and his, his scoring. He went from 9 points per game to 20 points per game. His efficiency has been phenomenal as well in the last couple of months. I think he deserves an award along with his obviously the defensive capabilities that he possesses. I think he deserves the MIP.
I'm gonna say something. Right. I think Nikhil Alexander Walker is their best player on the Hawks.
This nigga, bro.
I really do. You know
This
why?
nigga, bro.
I'm gonna bring up the on-off numbers. You know that. Like when Nikhil Alexander Walker's on the floor by himself, it's better than Jalen Johnson, right? And it's not. I'm gonna tell you, it matches the eye test too as well. Like you said, he's better in the half court. He's a better ball handler, right? He's a better shot maker, right? He's a better. I wouldn't like the finishes that I've seen him do this year is disgusting. I wouldn't say he's a better paint scorer than Jalen Johnson because that's the majority of where his buckets come from. But like from a 3 point perspective, right? He doesn't really have the intermediate game, but as a rim finisher, as a 3 point shooter, as a transition scorer, as an on ball defender, right? Jalen Johnson's an awful defender. He's awful. He's awful. So you tell him he's giving me that ball handling, that half court scoring, the rim finishing, the 3 point variance, 3 point rate, the 3 point shot making, right? The two-way ability, the on the ball presence, the hands, the transition scoring, right? He's giving me all of that. He's better on the floor without Jalen Johnson than Jalen Johnson is without him, right? Like he's averaging 21 points per game. Nikhil Alexander Walker is the Hawks' best player. This is what it is. He's the Hawks' best player. Forget most improved. He's the best player on the team. All right, and that's why I think he is the most improved because he went from being a 8 to 10 point per game scorer on the Wolves to now being the best player on the Hawks. And y'all will see in the playoffs for sure.
But you said that you would rather have Ayu DeSumo and Bones Highland instead of Nikhil Alexander. I
That's
just
not what
want
I. That's not
that's
what I.
that's literally what you said. That's literally what you
Look,
said.
look, look.
But
I
no,
said
no, no. But we
us.
can move on, bro. We can
No, no,
move
no,
on,
no,
bro.
no. Yeah, I was trying to refrain from this. I knew you was gonna bring it up. But look. I said Nikhil leaving hurt at first. It hurt really bad. But us getting Bones Holland to get an ascension, us getting Iota Sumu kind of negated that impact. So now I'm not as hurt. That's what I said. That's what I said. But yes, Nikhil Alexander Walker is the best player in the Hawks. You agree?
You got it, bro. You got it, bro. You got it. You got it. Gee, I can't even do this with you no more, bro.
I
I'm
do.
starting to. Oh yeah, you got it, bro. You got it. Gee. Let's
You'll
move on
see,
to the
bro.
next.
You'll
Let's
see.
move on
He's the
to the
best
next.
player in the Hawks. Okay, so this is the moment I've been waiting for because I think we're gonna do a lot of disagreeing because my list is incredible. It's the best list in the world. I know it is, right? And I know your list is awful. But we're gonna we're gonna get into the All NBA teams, man. The All NBA teams, and you can go first on this one. Who is on your first team All NBA? And mind you, we are respecting the 65 game rule, but Luka and Cade are going to be on this list. Anthony Edwards will not because we think they're going to get the waiver because
Fuck
they
the
play
65
64.
game minimum. Fuck the 65 game minimum. I just want to air that out. Say it one more time. Okay?
So who's
But
on your first team All NBA? Glory's first
my
team All
first
NBA.
team All NBA this season is Luka Doncic, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Nikola Jokic, Victor Wembanyama, and Kawhi Leonard.
So Perfect. We both agree on the first
Oh,
team
you got Kawhi?
All-NBA.
You got
I
Kawhi?
have Kawhi.
Hey.
I have Kawhi Leonard on my first team
Hey,
All-NBA.
let's put some fucking respect on Kawhi this season, man. Peak Kawhi is happening right now.
Yes, Kawhi Leonard's having an incredible season. He's at, 63, 64 true shooting on the year. He's also raised his level against top 10 defenses. He's been a turnover suppressor. He's one of the most impactful players in the sport, right? On offense and defense. With him off the floor, they are a terrible team. They're terrible. They're awful, right? So Kawhi Leonard, he's actually gotten better as a three-point shooter. His defense is still his defense, not from back then, but it's still his defense, right? He's one of the best 2-point scorers in the NBA. Since like mid-range scorers, you probably have to go like Shea, KD, and Kawhi Leonard, right? He's that good of a mid-range scorer. His rim finishing numbers off the chart. Kawhi's just a robot. He's a shot-making machine, right? And then he has playmaking issues sometimes when taking on double teams or not seeing the floor well enough. But he's so great as a scorer where he's going to automatically translate to the playoffs. So, I'm not gonna. I was gonna ask you who you got for the Clippers and Warriors playing, but we're gonna save that for tomorrow's video. We got a tomorrow podcast dropping with you guys. Will see. I don't want to spoil the name, but
special guest.
Yeah,
special guest.
We're gonna be bringing saying our playoff predictions, but I'm glad we agree. We don't got to spend too much time on the first team All NBA. But who was on your second team All NBA?
My second team All NBA is Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Maxey, Donovan Mitchell. Okay. Sorry. Say it again.
No, I was gonna say.
I want you to say. Yeah, go ahead.
So you put Anthony Edwards on the list.
Yes, I'm putting Anthony Edwards on the list.
So Anthony Edwards would be second.
Fuck the second team at a 65 game minimum. I'm putting my teams, right?
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
You can leave him out, and I'll tell you what player I'll have in place for him.
Okay. Who is it?
It's Kevin Durant.
Okay, so what's the team again?
Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Maxey, Donovan Mitchell, Cade Cunningham, and Jaylen Brown.
Okay, so the only two guys that are on that list for me is Donovan Mitchell, Cade Cunningham, and Jaylen Brown. And you said you will replace Kevin Durant with Ant.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have KD on my second team as well.
Okay. Who's the guy that
you put Maxey second team?
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people do this. And I'm different. All right.
Who are you putting on the second? Are you going to put Brunson?
Oh, no. My second team last player.
I swear to God, if it's an OKC nigga, I swear to God.
How would it be an OKC player? Who would it be if it was an OKC player?
Chet. You found a way to glaze Chet today. I don't know.
No, it's actually the opposite. The last guy I have on my team is Jamal Murray. That is the last guy I have on my second team. And the reason why, right? And Maxey was a guy that I thought of to put on my second team. But I said, I can't. I just can't because Jamal Murray has just been incredible this year, right? The efficiency, right? The pull-up shot making. His defense is awful, but he's just gotten better. This has been the most healthy, one of the more healthier years of his career. And that little stretch that he went on as a playmaker, right? When Jokic was out, that game against the Celtics, as you know, he had 10 assists and they walked in that building and beat you guys. Right. And Maxey over the second half of the season hasn't been great. When Embiid, it hasn't been great. Right. And when he's on the floor by himself, the offense hasn't been great. Right. Like the first half of the season from Maxey was like worldly. Like it was amazing. I'm like, dang, Maxey has gotten better as an on-ball creator. Maxey has gotten better as a on the ball shot maker. But then he has to figure out how to play with Embiid. He's just like with Embiid on the floor, like it's just Maxey. Like the offense is good, but Maxey for himself is not he's not the same player. And I feel like that kind of wavered him throughout the rest of the season. Like over the second half of the season, the last 20 games, Maxey's averaging 27 points per game, 6 assists, and on 55 true shooting. Right? Like that's not like Maxey alone on the floor without Embiid is 1,500 minutes, and he has a 113 offensive rating. Right? And Jamal Murray without Jokic per 75 is 27 points per game, 9 assists on 60 true shooting. right? With Jamal Murray on the floor with no Nikola Jokic, they have a 118 offense rating. So the offense is still elite without Jokic on the floor with Jamal Murray is at the helm, right? So I think he's had a better season from start to finish. He's been the more efficient player. He's turned the ball over less, right? When Jokic was out, he showed signs to be a really good playmaker and passer, right? He's a better shot maker. He's one of the best shot making guards like of all time to me. Right? He has like the pull up three, the pull up mid range, the post game, the rim finishing. Like Jamal Murray has just been incredible this year, and I couldn't leave him off second team Olympia. I think he's had a better year start to finish.
I'm not even mad at. I'm not even mad at it. I'm not even mad. I'm gonna tell you, Tom, I'm not even mad. I think Jamal Murray has been phenomenal this season, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm not like you. I'm gonna be honest. I did not believe in Jamal Murray, especially the last two seasons. The way he showed me in the postseason, the way he's cost Canada a semifinals appearance in the Olympics. He has been absolutely dog shit in the biggest moments in the last 2 years. But this season he has been unlike last season where he had a horrible start and then he got to go in the second half. This season he has been amazing beginning to end, and I just hope he just carries this into the postseason, so we don't have to fucking hear another Shai Gilgeous-Alexander glaze fest. But we can move on to our third team, bro. Let's move on to our third team.
You hate Shai, don't you? Like you really? I think it's
No, I hate you, nigga. I hate you, niggas like you.
No, I think it's
glaze
really
the fuck out this nigga, bro.
I think it's really because you're a Luka fan. I think that's why. Like you
and what about it, nigga? And what about
it? He didn't give up this Luka propaganda, him being the best in the world until like he called me on the phone. Hey, Top, guess what, bro? I think you got me, bro. I think you got me, bro. I think
I didn't give the title yet.
I think Shai's better than Luka, bro. I think you got me, bro.
Top. This was after the Nuggets game, bro. This was after the Nuggets game.
I know it was.
Right?
I know it was.
Listen. The reason I didn't say I gave him the title. I said you might be right. I said you might be right. I might give it up, okay? Because Shai. Listen, I don't get it fucked up. I appreciate Shai. Anytime Shai's in all-time conversations and people be like, "Oh no, he's not at that level. We can't put him in there." In terms of peak, you can put his peak up against some of the greatest scorers of all time, and it's neck and neck. You can put him in that conversation. The one we get into the conversation in the postseason, that's where he just doesn't have it yet. And I think he will eventually. The only problem is I hate when niggas say Shai can't be in the like people try to put him in a different like category. Like he's so much far above like Jokic and Luka and Giannis. Like I don't think he's that, but I absolutely believe he is one of the greatest scorers I've ever seen in my life, and he deserves it. But yeah, we're not yet. We're not gonna do it yet. We're not gonna glaze him that much yet. You feel me? He deserves to do it. He needs to do it in the postseason before I do a lot.
Wait, so you think I created a good argument for Jamal Murray or Maxey?
No, absolutely no. It's an amazing argument. I actually wouldn't. It actually made me rethink if I might have Maxey, because I think Jamal, with all the injuries that the Nuggets sustained, his ability to keep that Nuggets team above water the entire time and still be able to maintain a top 3 offense, even while Jokic is out. Hey man, I can't. And their coach Adelman also deserves Coach of the Year honors as well. Like he deserves to be in the conversation because of how they've been able to mitigate all the injuries throughout the year. Losing Aaron Gordon, losing Peyton Watson, losing Christian Brown, losing Nikola Jokic, losing all these players for extended periods of time, and still being able to keep your head above water. Got to give my props to that. So shout out to the Nuggets.
Okay, we can move on to our All-NBA third team, and I feel like we're gonna do a lot of disagreeing on this because I found a new favorite player. All right, I found a new guy that I really like. I really enjoy watching, and I'm rooting for them in the playoffs. Actually, if they make it there, right? So I do have Maxey on my third team. All right. Okay. For my second guy, I'm gonna go with a. You know what? I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go because I feel like it's gonna.
Nah, nigga, start it off, nigga. Nah, start it off.
We can go one by one. We can go one by one. So you have Jamal Murray on your third team.
Yep, I have Jamal. Yeah. Okay.
So my next name is Chet. Who's your second guy?
Chet is also in there.
Okay, we agree on that. My third guy would have to be Jalen Brunson.
I also have Jalen Brunson.
Okay, okay. And my last two guys, right? I feel like this is gonna be the most controversial because I feel like one of these guys, you or two of these guys, you left off the list because it's just something about you. I don't know. Like it's something about just I don't know. I feel like
Say
you
the names,
just
bro. Say the names. Say the names, bro.
no. Fourth guy, Jalen Duren.
He was in my honorable mention, but I don't have him on the list. I have Johnson. I have Jalen Johnson in there.
No, no, not the transition merchant.
He
Why you put him
deserves it.
on? Why would you put him over the list over Duren?
Because I think that number one is improvement from last year, right? And improving nobody thought that Jalen Johnson had this level of passing ability, his ability to facilitate, especially in the transition, right? And being one of the better scorers. And I think he's a way better on ball creator than Jalen Duren as well. The defense, I think Jalen Duren definitely got that. But in terms of the offense, it's just a massive gap. And I think I value Jalen Johnson and what he's been able to bring to the table to a Hawks team that basically traded their franchise player away halfway through the year and still be able to actually get better from that point and improve midway through the season even in the half court. You know what I mean? So I think that
Nikhil,
bro.
Nikhil.
Anyways, I think that Jalen Johnson deserves 13 All NBA. I definitely don't think that he's a number one option on a championship team, and that's where the
Because it's Nikhil.
yeah, this nigga, bro. I think Jalen Johnson deserves to be a third team All NBA.
Okay. I'm not mad at it actually. I'm a counter that argument, but I'm not mad at it, right? Jalen Johnson was a honorable mention for me. I thought about putting him there, but I'm like, nah, Duren's just been better, right? I think Duren, and they make out they whoa pause. They make it out to seem like Duren's a Cade merchant, and he's not, right? Duren's not no Cade merchant. This team's really good with Cade off the floor because of you can plug and play different point guards in that situation because of how good Duren is as a roller, because he's gotten better as a defender, because he's a really good vertical spacer, because he's a really solid passer for his size, right? He can play in the mid post, he can play in the high post at the free throw line extended. Like he can put the ball on the ground. Like he's super skilled for a big. He's not just no screen and roll type of guy. Like without Cade on the floor, there's still a plus 11 team because Duren's just so incredible. Like without Cade, their offense is still with Jalen Duren just on the floor. Without Cade, they're a 119 offensive rating. With Jalen Duren, the best player on the team, right? Like he is an insane talent, and I think he's just going to just get better year out, year in, and year out and year in. And he's showed some finishing upside as well. Like with his brute strength and how strong he is, right? This ability to get to the rim for himself. Like I think there's going to be some shot creation juice going on forward in his career where he's really creating for himself. Like Jalen Duren is really that good to me, and I think this should be his first team or All NBA third team, and we might see him on All NBA second team or maybe even All NBA first team going down the line. Like I think this is not just only his first All Star appearance. You're going to see like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think he's has an amazing argument. I think he's also a player that has been much improved from last season. I think that one thing I think he's improved in it's not something crazy, but he has developed the ability to put the ball on the floor somewhat because he still has flaws in that category. But I think once he unlocks himself as a self creator, off the dribble and he like develops like a face up game, oh my god, it's gonna be disgusting. But I think he's just too limited as a shot creator for me to say he's better than Jalen Duren. Even though Jalen Duren has, his flaws in the half court, I think Jalen Duren is a much more dependent player in the half court. And could you imagine Jalen Johnson and Cade Cunningham? Nigga, the fuck? That should be disgusting, bro. That should be disgusting. But shout out to Jalen Duren. He deserves to be in the honorable mentions, but that's a good argument.
And your last guy, who would you go?
The last guy is Scotty Barnes. I think Scotty Barnes deserves third team All NBA. I think he's been having a phenomenal season. I think he's one of the best defensive players this season, and I think he's also contributing on the offensive. And he also has similar issues as Jalen Duren. I just think that he's just a better self creator. So I give the edge to Scotty Barnes.
Can you try to guess my last name? Not my last name, but my last name.
LaMelo Ball.
Hey, spot on, my guy. Spot on.
Hey,
LaMelo.
I'm with you, bro. I'm.
LaMelo.
Hey
Yeah,
man, hey man.
You know. And I'm gonna give a great argument for you to change your opinion and go ahead and put LaMelo Ball on that All NBA third team. You know it's true.
It's a great pick, bro.
I can tell by your energy, like, I don't know about Scotty.
It's a great pick, bro. It's a great pick. I can't even hold you, Todd. That's a great pick. I'm not even.
Yeah, I know.
That's a great pick.
Like when he's on the floor, they're 126 offensive rating. Like there's only two guys in the NBA that lead a more than a plus.
The only thing that's harming him is the efficiency and the start to the season. That first 33 games for the Charlotte Hornets was pretty bad, bro. But since the new year, 100% All NBA caliber player, 100%.
Sure.
It's just that start of the season. It's just those first 3 months it just kind of holds him down. But I think that you can make the argument, and I'm sure you're gonna make the argument.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the second half of the season, like I mentioned earlier, or if you haven't seen the video that I made on the Hornets on my own channel, is that, I mean, since January 1, they've been the 6th best defense.
Nah, shout it out. Shout it out.
No, they
shout out the channel.
They know. Top One Hoops, they know. But
Top One Hoops. Shout out Top One Hoops.
Since January 1st, they've been the best, sixth best defense. They've been the best offense. They've been the sixth best. I mean, the 7th best half-court offense in the NBA. Like, that's because of LaMelo Ball, because of his playmaking, because he's, I don't want to say, like, you're going to have to live with the egregious shots that he's taking, but, like, because of how good of a transition playmaker he is, because of the reads that he's making, because of the lobs that he's throwing, because of the pull-up three-point shooter that he is. Like, LaMelo Ball is one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA, and he, the efficiency starting to come around, right? Over the last 20 games, LaMelo Ball is, shooting the ball much better than what he was at the beginning of the year. And like I said in my video on my own TikTok channel, is that, like, if LaMelo Ball is shooting this good, right? He's around 60 shooting, and you're getting that type of playmaking juice from him, that's a top 5 point guard. And he would have an argument to be better than a Cade Cunningham and probably even a Jalen Brunson. Like he's that good. I mean, the turnover and the decision makings, yes, he needs to turn that down. He needs to get a lot stronger. But LaMelo Ball he's starting to get going. He's starting to get going. And
I think, bro, he has a plus 12.7 offensive rating when he's on the court. That's Jokic, Shea, like Luka level.
That's what I'm saying.
That's disgusting.
That's when there's not a lot of shot creation on this team. Like Konkanupu has only ran 16 isolations on the year. Brandon Miller is terrible in isolation. Like these guys don't really they can put the ball on the ground. Some of them can dribble, but they don't do it efficiently. So it's a lot of organized sets with Charles Lee, a lot of LaMelo Ball running this offense. And I mean, they're one of the best offenses in the league, and primarily because of LaMelo Ball. Because like I say, a lot of these guys, you could just look at the data. When LaMelo's on and they're off, like LaMelo with Konkanupu, when Konkanupu's on the floor by himself without LaMelo, they're awful. When Brandon Miller's on the floor without LaMelo, they're awful. Right? These guys are awful off the floor. On the floor by themselves without LaMelo. He's that good of an offensive engine without the efficiency.
I think that Charles Lee, bro, I know we talked about him earlier. We didn't get to really dive deep in him, but he's been phenomenal the way he's been able to maximize his team's offense and put finally that LaMelo has a roster that's healthy. He's healthy, and actually a coach that can maximize him and put him in a situation to be successful. It's not a surprise to me at all LaMelo is succeeding. I think that he was always capable of this. I think he just needed to be healthy and have a healthy team, because people love to point out the fact that LaMelo's not able to stay healthy, or he plays a certain brand of basketball that isn't quote unquote winning, right? But you see the first year he actually has a competent roster that's able to stay healthy, including with him and a great offensive minded coach that's able to willing to give him the freedom to be himself and be one of the more impactful playmakers and decision makers, initiators in the league. This is what he's capable of, and I think this is just the start for LaMelo. I think that he's gonna get that contract extension this offseason, and hopefully Charlotte's able to add more pieces to the roster, because I truly think that this roster is a couple pieces away on the offensive defensive end to really can start competing for deep postseason runs and championships. I think that's what the Charlotte Hornets team, and that sounds crazy. This is the Charlotte Hornets, bro. The Charlotte Hornets. You know the longest winning streak they've ever had was this season. You know how much it was?
About 9, 10, 11 games.
8-game win streak broke the all-time record for Charlotte Hornets
Yeah.
history.
That
That
you
is
mean break it? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about like that's disgusting. This is one of the worst franchises in NBA history. and LaMelo Ball and Charles Lee and with the rest of the guys. Shout out
Yeah.
Brandon Miller. Shout out the Moose. Shout out Bridges.
Ooh.
Shout out to all those guys. All those young guys are contributing and LaMelo's helped maximizing them, especially Con Knipple. So shout out to that crew, Brad.
For sure. And what people don't know is like the Hornets are actually one of the better fan bases in the NBA. Like you see the guys sitting courtside with the neon green suits. Like you got the baby in the back. You know what I'm saying? Like they're quietly one of the better fan bases in the NBA. I love the arena personally. I like their jerseys personally because the blue and the orange complements, just the bus city environment. But those fans still show up even though they've been awful for like the past 15, like ever since they existed. You know what I'm saying? So shout
Yeah.
out the Hornets because it's a team that used to draft guys like Michael Kidd Gilchrist. And you know what I'm saying? Like they drafted Tijan Salan a couple years ago. So like he's awful. You know what I'm saying? So to see this team kind of thrive, even though they are the ninth seed, they've had the fifth best record in the NBA since January 1. Shout out to the Hornets for sure because they've been a really good team this year. Okay, and now moving to the all defensive team, right? Who's on your all NBA first team defense?
All right, so obviously Victor Wembanyama, Chet Holmgren. I believe Scotty Barnes deserves to be in there, and I got Asar Thompson,
Okay.
and then that fifth spot is Rudy Gobert.
Okay, so you said Wemby, Chet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Asar.
Rudy, Asar, and Scotty.
It's a shame, bro. It's a shame. And
What?
it's kind of sad that we have to argue the defensive point so much. All right. Going back to that argument, I don't want to get back to that, but why? How could you
Why
do
who?
this? How could you do this to your own player, man? How?
Nah.
Like, how could you do this?
Listen. I think Derek White deserves to be in the conversation.
No, he deserves to be on the list.
And I'm not mad at it, but who are you taking off for? Who are you taking off?
Scotty Barnes, bro.
No,
Dude,
I'm not. I don't think.
dude.
I do not. No. I do
What's
not
up
think
with
that.
you and this Scotty? But like, are you Jules?
You're like, bro. Derek White. Listen, Derek White is a phenomenal defensive player, and he is on my all defensive team. But to say that he has a more defensive impact than Scotty Barnes is a little bizarre to me. I don't think that he has a better defensive capabilities as Scotty. Derek White is a phenomenal defender, but he has limitations because of his size, right? And because he's so like he's a smaller. He's not the biggest guard, right? And he finds it hard to guard bigger, defenders.
That's
And
cap.
because he's just too light in the ass, like that, like he is a great help side defender. He's a great at trapping. He's a great, Romer POA defender, but I don't think he's a better defender than Scotty Barnes this season. No, sir.
So he's a better POA, right? And also, without the size, who's a better shot blocker?
Without the bro, okay, Scott, you're just getting nasty, bro. You're just starting to get nasty.
So
Without the size,
Scotty Barnes is a better rim protector than Derek White.
yes.
Oh, good God! Do you know that Derek White's the best guard shot blocker in the NBA?
Oh, guard, block defender, guard.
Yes, and he's a
Guard.
He's
Keyword
a
guard.
better shot blocker than Scotty Barnes.
What do you say? He's a better shot blocker, pound for pound. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I'm saying period. In totality.
No. So why do you say take away the size?
No, I'm saying size, like size aside, because you're talking about bro, Glory. You're talking about Scotty Barnes and Derek. You're talking about Derek Wise's size prevents him from not being a better shot blocker than Scotty Barnes. It's the other way around.
No.
Right?
I never said that. No.
I said he's a better shot blocker than Scotty Barnes.
I'm saying sometimes he has limitations as a defender because he's not able to guard
He can't
bigger
guard fours.
players.
That's cool. Yeah. So you're
Not
taxing him.
fours, no threes. Like some threes are like too
So
big
you're
for him.
taxing
Like,
him. So you're taxing him.
I'm not taxing him. I'm just saying who's a more impactful defender. Majority of the guys on this list are fucking forwards and bigs. Of course, those guys are going to be more impactful. You literally just said the most impactful thing on the defensive end is rim protection, correct?
Yeah, and I just told you Derek White's a better rim protector than Scotty Barnes.
Bro, you have the argument to say he's he's like on par as a roamer, but as a rim deterrenter, rim protector. What the fuck are we talking about?
And you told me Scotty Barnes is more impactful as a defender than Derek White.
Yes.
That's cap.
How?
There's a reason why Jaylen Brown's his impact measures are so bad. Because of Derek White and how great he is as a defender. You take Jaylen Brown off the floor, you put just Derek White and anybody, they're a great defense, right? Like, because of how good Derek White is, right? Derek White, when he's on the floor, they have a 110 defensive rating. That is like that's OKC type level. Like that's top.
Bro, listen. This is time out. You know I'm we all know I'm a Celtics fan, right? This is my team, okay? If you ask me who has been the most impactful, defender, not only the metrics also point to this, is Manimi Keita with his rim protection, right? Keita has been, you can argue, has been a more impactful defender than Derek White just because of the rim protection he provides alone and his ability to end plays and end possessions with his rebounding. That has so for you to put Derek White over a guy like Scotty Barnes, I'm not saying it's disgusting, but the reason you're trying to do it is because he's a better shot blocker. Come on, Top, bro. Let's just move on to the second team, bro. Come on, bro. Let's just move on to the second team, bro.
I mean, he's a better PO. He's a better POA and a better
Nah, let's move on to the second team, bro. This is fucking out of pocket,
POA
bro.
And a better shot blocker. This is what it is. Like Derek White is.
Who's your second team, bro? Top. Who's your second team, bro?
You better have Draymond on your second team because you love versatility and switchability.
Nigga, give me your second team, bro.
I have Scotty Barnes on my second team. We can go one by one. Who do you have as your? What do you have? Do you have Derek White? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I have Derek White.
Mm-hmm. Who would be your second name?
Stephon Castle.
Oh, that's interesting because I don't have Stephon Castle on my list.
What? That's crazy. That's crazy. I thought you were Scott. I thought you turned a corner on Stephon Castle.
I did, but I mean, I have Dyson Daniels as my second name.
Dyson? No, I don't think Dyson Daniels has been a better POA defender this year than Stephon Castle.
So you have Dyson Daniels off of your list?
No, I said not Castle.
No. Is he on your second team though? There's only two teams.
No, he's not.
So Dyson Daniels is off of all defense.
Yes. Not this to him. I think I'm gonna just say my list. I'm gonna just say my list. Derek White, Stephon Castle, Amen Thompson, Cason Wallace, and Bam Adebayo.
No, you just told me that Amen Thompson is on your list?
Yes, Amen Thompson's on the list. Amen Thompson's been a phenomenal defender this year.
Bro. Oh, no. So, wow. So, this is my list. You left two key names off the list. I will go Scotty Barnes, Dyson Daniels, OG Anunoby, Cason Wallace, and Evan Mobley. That's insane. That's insane that you left OG Anunoby off the list. That's insane.
OG?
Yes. He's quite carrying the Knicks defense. The reason why they're a top 5 or top 7 defense, whatever they are, like over the past 15, 20 games or so, is because of OG Anunoby. Is OG Anunoby not a better defender than Amen Thompson?
No, I don't think he's a better defender than Amen Thompson.
Oh, good God.
I think Amen Thompson's a better defender.
Why?
No, I don't think he's a better defender.
Can you explain your reason?
I think he's a better help side defender, and I think that he's also. Not help side. I think he's a better point of attack defender than OG Anunoby. I think he's a better at disrupting defenses because I've seen the Knicks play. I've seen OG Anunoby play with the Knicks this year, and I've seen him get cooked on multiple occasions, getting caught lacking as a gap defender, getting lost as a gap defender. You feel me? On multiple occasions this year. I'm not saying he doesn't bring value to the Knicks defense, but making being a good defender on the Knicks team it's not anything new. And the Knicks defense has really been that good, mainly because of their ability to stop possessions or end possessions, not just because their ability to stop defenders from getting to that third level, or his ability to end plays and disrupt defenses from getting offenses from setting up quality looks. He is a great defender. I'm not saying he's not, but I think Amen Thompson is a better defender this season.
He's just not a better defender than OG.
Okay, well,
If you take Cat and Brunson off the floor and you just put OG and Unobi, they're like a 10, like they're like 107, 108. It's like low. It's low.
bro, that's small ass sample. What's the sample size on that?
Hey, no, the sample size is super small, but I mean,
okay, like, then what the fuck? That's so nasty, bro. Why are we using 8-minute sample sizes to say that this man is leading this off, bro? This is why I don't like off and on numbers.
Yeah,
man.
I said it's small, so take it with a grain of
salt.
No,
I asked you if it was small. You didn't preface
OG and Unobi is a way better point of attack defender than Amen Thompson. It's not.
I don't think he is. I don't think he is.
I don't even think Amen Thompson guards the ball as much as OG and Unobi.
No, because he can't listen. He has to do so much on since Steven Adams has went down. He's had to do so much for that defense. He had to do so much.
So
and he's still been able to help maintain, and the Rockets have been able to maintain. You said this for Chet, so I'm going to use it for Ben. The Rockets have been able to maintain a better defense throughout the season,
because they have better personnel. Kevin Durant's a good rim protector.
Oh, so now you want to bring up personnel. So when it's for Chet, and Scotty, the personnel doesn't matter. But when it's for Amen Thompson, this is the second time you've done that, Top. This is the second time you mentioned personnel, and when you've already used it as an argument for Chet.
Scotty Barnes
be consistent, brother.
Scotty Barnes has solid personnel as well. Like he has Jamal Shead.
I'm saying Chet has better personnel than the Toronto.
Yes, we know that, but then you
okay.
Yeah, but you tried to switch the two. You tried to switch CMB and you tried to switch Scotty Barnes and Chet and say that they're still going to be an all-time great defense, and that's cap.
No. I'm talking about before that when we were talking about their individual impact. You brought up his ability to he was the best defender on the best team, on one of the greatest defensive teams, and you used that as an argument. That was one of your bullet point arguments. So Amen Thompson, it has been. Like the Rockets for the majority of the season has been a top 5 defense, majority because of Amen, and he's the best defender.
They have a Tari Eason, they have a Kevin Durant, they have a
Tari Eason was missing for a big part of the year. Kevin Durant is an okay defender.
Okay, he's a good defender, bro.
Okay, he's a good defender. Okay, cool. Ooh, Kevin Durant. Woo, Kevin Durant. Well, hold up. But are you saying there's a big gap between OG and Amen this season? Are you saying there's a gap?
Of course, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah. We'll let the people decide on that. We'll let the people decide.
You have Stephon Castle over Dyson Daniels. I can't agree with that as well.
I think Stephon Castle
is a good name. I put him as an honorable mention in my opinion. But Dyson Daniels with his hands, once again, he's like top 5 in steals. Right. I think he's like top 3. I think he's second actually, next to Asar Thompson, but he's one of the top league leaders in stocks. Dyson Daniels is one of them guys, man, and he finds a way to be impactful and finds a way to stay on the floor without being a really good offensive player. Like you can just simply just leave him, just play in the paint on him, right? Because he has one move, and that's a drive, maybe crossover, push shot. That's all he got. But guess what? You have to play him because the Hawks are so bad defensively, and Dyson Daniels is like one of the best point of attack defenders in the NBA. So like you have to play him. Like he finds a way to muck up the game with his defense, with his great hands. So putting Case and Wallace on the list, I had to put a guy like Dyson Daniels because they're kind of in the same mode. I think that Case and Wallace is probably more of a better point of attack defender, but with the better, like they both have great hands. But if I'm going to put Case and Wallace there, I got to put Dyson Daniels. And like I said, the last name Mobley. I don't know how in the world you left Mobley off the list, but
nah.
Mobley's
not this season. No, not this season, bro. Not this season.
I think this season.
Not this season. No.
Mobley again. Like Mobley is not playing with the best defensive personnel either. Like there's like their base scheme is sending everything at Mobley pretty much. Gap up. They do a lot of gapping, but it's easy to break those gaps because they just don't have good POA defenders like.
Bro, him and Jared Allen have multiple games on this season, multiple moments where they get exposed in the interior because they're just too loud and ass.
Allen does. Not like
Allen and him
Mobley
at times.
averages
Let's hold on.
point and a half blocks per game.
It's not about just the blocks a game. It's just about like Evan Mobley. Don't get me wrong. Evan Mobley's an amazing defender, but I just don't think he's been at that level the entire season. And Keon Ellis and Jared Allen are good personnel around you. It's better than what the fuck.
Allen's decent, right? And Allen on the floor by himself is like it's barely good. You know what I'm saying? With Mobley on the floor by himself, like he's like they're actually a better defensive team.
Having being one of the better roamers in the league and having Jared Allen, who's one of a good rim protector, right?
Good. I mean, he's decent.
He's got taken advantage because of his ability, to not be able to be physical enough in the post, right? Post touches, but as a help side defender, right? A guy who you can depend on in the weak side as a roamer to be able to cut off closing lanes and have a guy who's able to contest the shot. Jared Allen is great at that. It's just when it's one-on-one defense or in open space where he starts to get a little bit exposed. But as a help side defender, Jared Allen is fine.
I thought you liked switchability. What happened to that argument? Because
it's not just about switchability. It's not. Listen, number one.
Mobley doesn't have versatility.
Time out. When we talk about attributes, right? There are some attributes, right? Like versatility, right? And then there's rim protection. There is a certain point. I have this for a fact. I value rim protection. I value rim protection over everything. But this is the point: when there's a player who's able to be as versatile and disrupt defenses, and also be a serviceable rim protector, there is room for that. Like Draymond Green, you're not going to tell me that Draymond Green is not a better defender than some of the best rim protectors just because he's not the most elite rim protector. You're not telling me that. Right? There's a certain level you could reach as a versatile defender, right? The Draymond Greens, where you can be better and more impactful than a rim protector. And I think Scotty Barnes reaches that relative to this league. I think he's that good as a perimeter defender and a roamer and rim protector, where he's great. He's almost great at all those things, where you can put him in that conversation with Chet. Of course, Chet.
Who's on your list again? Second team?
Hold on. I said Amen, Derek White, Cason Wallace, what was it?
Castle,
Stephon Castle, and what's my fifth one? Bam Adebayo. Yeah, Bam Adebayo.
So Bam Adebayo's been a better defender than Mobley.
Yes.
Who's a better rim protector, Bam Adebayo or Mobley?
Mobley's a better rim protector.
Okay, and they both have switchability.
But Bam is a better, like I said, Bam is a much more versatile and is a better PNR defender, in my opinion.
I think that Mobley's a better rim protector, and I think that the gap between them, versatility aspect of it all, it's not that far. And Bam Adebayo actually, he doesn't if we're talking about defended field goal percentage, right, contesting shots, Mobley does that better than him. Mobley's a better rim protector. He has a larger wingspan, so he has the ability to contest more shots. He's more disciplined, right? He's faster. He moves his feet he has better foot speed, in my opinion, than Bam Adebayo, right? So Bam Adebayo doesn't even create a ton of stocks. He doesn't block shots. How is he better defender than Evan Mobley? He has a lower defended field goal percentage, so when they're the primary defender and you can contest, he has a lower. He allows.
Well, hold on. First of all, I think that number one, Bam Adebayo. This is another thing that I get the effective field goal percentage, but Bam Adebayo makes people pick up their dribble, right? Because his ability to. What do you mean? What? What do you mean? What? Bam Adebayo on multiple occasions this year, I have seen him he's made great guards pick up their dribble to the point where they pass out. So they're not even attempting shots. The only times they're attempting shots is when they have the advantage.
Gosh, bro, I don't know what. I think this is just a made up eye test metric from you.
How is that a made up eye test? Hold on.
So Bam Adebayo is just making guys pick up their dribble.
Hold on, he's making them pick up their dribble more than Evan Mobley for a fact.
How do you know that? Is that's off your eye?
I watched both of them because he's not better at the point in terms of on the ball. He's not nearly as good as Bam Adebayo. Not nearly as good as Bam Adebayo.
Because he's making them pick up their dribble. That's what your eye test tells you.
Because he has the ability to. Are you disputing are you really disputing the fact that Bam Adebayo doesn't make people pick up their dribbles? No. Say it right now. Say it right now. So we can have the montage. We can have the montage for you if you want.
I think that Mobley does that as well, but I mean, there's no stat to track
not to the same degree. What the fuck are you talking about?
I think that's a bad argument. That's what I'm saying. Like,
why is that a bad argument?
Because like you're just telling me something that you can't really prove. Like I don't know if that's really
true.
Hold on.
Are you saying there's no analytics to prove that
to tell who
like who's attempting shots?
I mean, the best one would probably be stock percentage.
Yes.
And what's the stock percentage? Do you even know?
I don't know, but I know from what I've seen.
That's what I'm saying.
Are you disputing that you? No. Right now, I can look it up right now. Do you think that Bam Adebayo has a lower stop percentage than everyone?
I don't know, but I think that's a bad argument. That's what I'm saying. I think that's
why. If I can limit your ability to even put up a shot, right? Is that better than being able to contest a shot? Yes or no?
I mean,
would you rather have someone put up a shot or pick up the dribble and pass out? Which one? Which defender?
Bam Adebayo's not out there just making guys pick up the dribble. That's not.
Yes, he is. All right, bro. We're done. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Look it up. No, while we move to
let's move on. Let's move on. I'll look it up.
You can do that. Go to Data Baller. Right. Go to Data Baller.
Let's move
and look
on.
At both of their stop percentages. And if you're wrong, don't lie about it either, because I'm a fact check.
Hold on. Let's move on, bro.
Yeah. While you're doing that,
I'm gonna try finding it.
So we gonna move on to our all rookie teams. The locks: Cooper Flag, Concanoople, VJ Edgecombe. Who was the next two guys in your all rookie team?
Sorry. We don't have to do it again. Hold on. Say it again.
Who's your so the locks are Concanoople, Cooper Flag, and VJ Edgecombe. Who's the next two guys on your list?
All right, the next two guys that are on my list are this is hard, bro. This is hard, bro. I want you to go. Hold on, you go, because I'm still trying to figure out who's gonna be on my second, bro.
My first two guys on the list would have to be Cedric Coward and Dylan Harper. I think Dylan Harper has been one of the best finishing rookie guards, best scoring guards the second half of the season. Like, he's been super efficient. He's also been a very impactful player off the bench for the Spurs. Right, so I would go Dylan Harper and Cedric Coward. I think he's had a big role for the Grizzlies this year with John Moran going down, Zach Edey, all the injuries that they've had. And he's been pretty good. He's a really good transition player. You know, he has a really pretty jump shot. He is a really good rebounder. He plays super hard. And I think that Cedric Coward deserves to be on the first team all rookie.
Okay. I think I agree with Dylan. For Raynard, I would rather put Colin Murray Boyles. I think Colin Murray, yes, first team. I think Colin Murray Boyles reminds me of Draymond. His ability to help this Raptors defense and also really be able to be disruptive has elevated this Raptors defense. I think that he deserves that first team honors. And then the second team, I would have Cedric Howard. Derek Queen, Jeremiah Fierce, Hugo Gonzalez. My boy Hugo Gonzalez, who's been one of the more impactful rookies on the defensive end. Been asked to guard some of the most elite offensive players this season. He's been asked to guard Jalen Brunson, Cade Cunningham, Donovan Mitchell, and has done an amazing job on all of them. And the fact that your first year rookie be able to have the patience, not bite on fakes, stay disciplined, not making sure you have your hand in the bucket. Like, he's doing everything. He's done everything to help, and he's been a huge reason on why the Celtics team has been a top 5, top 10 defense this entire season. So I think those are my 5 for the second team.
Good list. I got Derek Queen, Hugo Gonzalez. I would replace Jeremiah Fierce and Maxime Raynard. I think Raynard has had a great second half of the season. It's really gone underrated because he plays on the Kings and nobody watches the Kings. They're terrible.
Yeah, that's why I left him off, because I haven't watched the Kings enough. So I'm not gonna put a player that I haven't really watched on there.
Yeah, Raynard. He's been a really solid post scorer. I got to watch more film in his defense, but I know that he's been pretty. Him and Dylan Cardwell as well. Dylan Cardwell from Auburn. They give them some energy, some juice, even though they're terrible, they're awful. But yeah, CMB, I put him on my second team. And one guy that I'm confused on that you left off of the list. I'm kind of where's Ace Bailey?
What did I not? I gave 4 names.
Who'd you
Wait, I said Cedric Howard, Derek Queen, Jeremiah Fierce, Hugo Gonzalez, and yeah, Burrows. Yeah, I left him off uh because in the beginning of the season he did not have a great start to the season. He just started to heat up. I'll probably say since March, when the Utah is starting to sit their starters and going full on tank mode. That's when Ace Bailey has been able to give the full freedom to do what he wants with his game. He's a phenomenal catch and shoot player. He's actually improved as a defender as well. I think if he was playing at this level the entire year, I'll probably put him in there. But I just don't think that he's been performing. I think from a season standpoint, that's the way I'm grading this. On a whole season standpoint, I don't think he's been deserves honors. I think that these other guys have deserved it.
I mean, our rookie teams is hard. You could throw Ace Bailey there. You could throw Trey Johnson. I mean, you can't really look at the impact metrics on it.
So many.
You can't really look at that. It's just based off of eye test of who you kind of you like more.
Oh yeah, shout out Ryan Nimhard too. Shout out Ryan Nimhard.
Shout out Ryan Nimhard. Shout out Charlotte Hornets fans hate Sion James. Shout out Ryan Kalkbrenner.
Yeah, Ryan Kalkbrenner is also.
Shout out Cormac Ryan. Shout out him too for the Bucks. Yeah, so we went through everything. Did I miss anything? MVP, 6 Man of the Year, MIP, all of those things, rookie teams, all defensive, all NBA. Did I forget anything?
No, we got everything, bro.
Okay. And so those are awards on the season. I cooked them today, like completely cooked them. If you got to the end of this video, you've seen the whole cook session, just stirring them in a pot, like dumping spices on his head, everything, just stirring them up, putting them on a plate.
Hey man, listen, I'm gonna let the jury pick because the jury knows. The jury knows. And the last time, listen, all I know is the last couple of videos, the jury's been saying that I've been cooking you. That's all I'm gonna say. We gonna see though. When we post this video, we gonna see what the jury thinks.
I wanna hold on. You know what? Tell the jury to come to me. Like, let me hear it, because I ain't heard none of the jury. They've been
yeah. Shout out to our Court of Opinion TikTok. We go live once in a while. That's when you guys can come, talk to us directly. If you feel like we cooked or we hit duds, you can come up and cook us if you think you can cook us, right? And tell us your feedback, because we only want feedbacks in the comments. Let us know what you agree with, what you disagree with. Let us know when Top is tripping, because he be tripping, right? But it's been Court of Opinion, and we out.
Yep. The court is now closed. The hammer has now dropped, and it was a great video. Great doing this with you, man. That's our awards, and we'll be back again tomorrow with a special guest appearance, and it's gonna be fun talking to him. It's gonna be great. We're going, he's rubbing his hands because this is gonna be a real spicy episode.
Hey, hold on. Listen. I'm gonna give him a little hint, Top. I'm gonna give him a little hint. He's a legend. In his YouTube space, he's a legend. You feel me?
A legend. Okay. Appreciate you coming out. Appreciate all of you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Order in the court.